Thank you. We all know that chieftaincy is a part of our governance system, and it is recognized under the Constitution, and the chiefs have a role to play both in the governance and development of our nation. And therefore, even though the Constitution prevents government from interfering in chieftaincy, by virtue of the fact that we all share the same objective of improving and developing the lives of our people, the two must collaborate to be able to achieve the objective. And so often when there is a problem on the chieftaincy side, it affects government's development programs. And that's why government tries its best to encourage the resolution of disputes with regards to chieftaincy. Recently, I have been making very quite diplomatic moves to try and bring the peace process in Dagbon back on track. And I must say that we have been receiving a quite positive response. I want to appeal to you, my fathers, to continue to cooperate with me. The greatest achievement that I believe I can achieve as president of this nation is to be able to resolve the Dagbon peace conflict and bring peace back to Dagbon. And so we'll continue to consult until we're able to bring peace back to Dagbon. I want to thank you for the words of advice you have given me, and to say that I have listened carefully and I will take to that advice. The first is the issue of the fight against corruption. Only a few days ago, I've announced some new measures to bolster our fight against corruption. And I wish to assure you that, as you said, the kind of upbringing that we're giving, justifies that we uphold righteousness, and righteousness abhors corruption. And so working together with other members of government and indeed with the whole nation, we would be able to minimize corruption in this country. There are additional measures that we need to put in place to be able to prevent corruption. I believe that we should do as much as possible to prevent corruption from occurring and not wait till it has occurred before we go pursuing people to punish them. And so we'll put in systems that make it difficult for people to take advantage of the system to be corrupt. We will continue the development programs that we have been engaged in, and I'm happy you noted that Parliament has just approved the funding for the upgrade of Tamale Airport. We believe that it is an airport that would open up the economic development of the North, because one of the drawbacks for agro-processing, the North has an advantage in agriculture and agro-processing, but one of the drawbacks is that after you have produced the product, how to export it has been a major constraint. So we believe that if the airport is completed, it will come together with a cargo facility that allows export of fruits, vegetables, and other agricultural products from the northern part of our country. Aside from that, we just approved, together with the World Bank, $100 million commercial agricultural facility, and $60 million is supposed to be applied in the northern sector of the country. What we're trying to do is to try and expand agriculture from just small peasant agriculture to medium to large scale commercial agriculture. And so potential farmers are going to be identified who will be helped to expand their farms into medium to large scale farming. And what they'll do is they'll register all the smallholder farmers in their area and provide them with tractor services, improve seeds, provide them with fertilizer, warehousing facilities, so that at the end of the crop season, they would also purchase the crops of the farmers, if the farmers are willing to sell, and sell them on to the commodity exchange. We believe that this will revolutionize agriculture in the North, and I know that a lot of our fathers are farmers, and so they'll be interested to participate in this scheme. Aside from that, the Ministry of Trade and Industry, our own son, Haruna, is working with a group to set up a sugar plantation sugarcane plantation in the north around Savlugu area, and there's going to be a processing plant to produce both sugar and ethanol, for local consumption and also for export. We have also, working through SADA, completed the rice milling, almost completed the rice milling plant on the road to Nyankpala, which is being done by Avnash. Once that project is finished, it should be able to buy any rice that is produced by any rice farmer in the north. So market will no longer be a problem for our rice farmers, and we believe that that will boost rice production in the northern part of our country. It is remembered that when Colonel Achampong came to the north during the NRC period, he christened the north the granary of Ghana, because that's where most of the food eaten in Ghana was produced: maize, rice, yams, and all the staple crops that we're used to. Unfortunately, the north lost, that glorious position, and it is our intention to bring back those glorious days in the north, where farmers were some of the richest people in the north, and they received adequate rewards for the kind of work that they did. In terms of infrastructure and development, we are working especially on the roads, and I'm happy to give you the good news that the northern segment of the Eastern Corridor from Otidamanko to Nakpanduri is to be started. We have selected a contractor, and that segment is being financed by the Brazilian government. Everything has been finished. We've gone through the procurement process, and the contractor currently is in the mobilization phase to mobilize his equipment onto the road. And so once he goes onto the road, the problem you talked about, the Bimbila Yendi road, actually would have been resolved completely. We're still looking for money for the last segment, which will go from Nakpanduri to Kulungungu near Boko. But I'm sure that we will be able to secure that during this current term of our office. Other segments in the south, and I went on an inspection in Kwanta, progress is ongoing on those aspects of the road. When that road is finished, it will be one of the fastest means of connecting from the northeastern part of the country to the southern part of this of our country. We also are working on the Tumuhanwa road. We are securing funding for it, and that road will be finished in the very near future. That would create a perfect link from Bolga all the way to Wa. And then because we're working on the Sola Fufuso road, it means that you should be able to go from Bolga through Wa and come round through Damango back to Tamale, and then continue onto the Eastern Corridor and come round to and back to Bolga. That is what I call the Northern Ring Road. We will achieve that road in the very near future. We also are working on funding for the Walwali Nalegu Road, because it's an important link to the Eastern Corridor. I was speaking to the road ministry, and they're planning an interchange for Rivoli Junction in Tamale in order to be able to better control the traffic. Traffic is increasing in Tamale, and so we're planning an interchange for the Rivoli traffic light. We're also working on a bypass, a Tamale bypass, so that trucks coming from the south, instead of going through the center of the town, will go through the bypass that brings them to Ganasco, and a new road will be constructed to connect to the Bolga Road, so that they don't have to pass through the town center. As part of the CDB project, we're also going to complete the Tamale Makango Road, so that traffic going towards Salaga and to Makango and crossing to Yeji to Brongahafo would be able to flow. As you said, education is probably the most important area that we should invest in the north, because education brings development and independence, and also eradicates ignorance. And so of the community secondary schools that we're building, a significant number are going to be in the north in order to expand access to secondary education for the young people in that area. We also have noted the request for lawyers. It's been very difficult to employ young lawyers and new lawyers to the Regional House of Chiefs. Most of them who come out want to go into private practice because they earn more money in private practice. But I'm sure that as the single spine is applied properly, it will look more attractive for lawyers to join the public services. And so I've spoken with the Attorney General about it. It's a common complaint that we have received from many of the regional houses of chiefs, and I've spoken to the Attorney General about it. And one of the suggestions that has come up is to get some of our retired magistrates on contract and bring them back to serve as legal counsel for some of the houses of chiefs. If that is successful, then we should be able to resolve in the short term the problems that you face with counsel while we try and attract younger lawyers to join the public service. We have also recently enhanced allowances for chiefs. I'm hopeful that you started receiving the enhanced allowances. If you haven't, you can let me know, but I won't mention how much. And so that's what we've been doing so far. I want to thank you very much for this visit. I really appreciate it. And I will be coming around to actually say thank you. As a result of the court case that took place, I was not able to go around the country to say thank you to all the many groups that stood behind us and made our electoral victory possible. But I have just begun, working visits to the regions, and I hope that the working visits to the regions will give me the opportunity to come personally and say thank you to you for the support that you have given me. I want to appeal to you to continue to stand solidly behind me in order that I can make you proud that one of your sons also occupied the highest offices of the land and brought transformation to Ghana. Thank you very much.